Located in the Boyle Heights area of Los Angeles for over 60 years is the Variety Boys and Girls Club. With many community leaders in attendance, they celebrated a major milestone by completing the construction of their dream building. Mr. Robbie Aguilar, their executive director, spoke with Hispanic Lifestyle about what the ribbon-cutting ceremony means to club members and the community.
Today, this means with the Variety Boys and Girls Club, this has been a journey since 2002 and a vision that we've accomplished today of raising $10.4 million to construct this beautiful state-of-the-art facility for the children of the Boyle Heights community. The Boys and Girls Clubs on a day in, day out builds relationships with children, keeps them off the streets, keeps them a positive place and where they can be children and be safe. The challenge is to raise $1 million on an annual basis to keep our doors open. In this economy, it's tough for all nonprofits in our community. So the challenge is going to be able to raise those monies to keep these doors open. But with the support of our board of directors and bringing new blood on to this club, we're going to be able to do it. We're going to get this job done.
I asked Robbie if there were other major projects the club might undertake in the future.
Over the next couple of years, what we're going to do is we're going to build a second phase of this capital campaign, is to build a brand new swimming pool, an Olympic-sized swimming pool that we hope to start construction in February, which swimming pool will cost about $1 million to construct. Prior to this building being demolished and constructed, we had a membership of $1,500 registered members, and on a daily basis we would average about 135 kids during the fall and winter, and during the summer we had about 300 kids in this facility. We will double our numbers with this brand new facility.
Taking part in the celebration was the mayor of Los Angeles, Antonio Villaraigosa. The mayor took the occasion to reflect on his connection to the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, I'll tell you where we are, home sweet home. This is where I grew up, Boyle Heights. It's the community I've represented my entire life. It's a community of great people that never forget or have forgotten where they come from. And many of the people that helped to make this dream come true and the future bright for so many kids who come here at the Variety Boys and Girls Club here in Boyle Heights are people that don't even live in this city. Some of them don't even live on the east side. They're here because they care, because they want to make a difference, because they understand we all have an obligation to reach out and create a safety net and a safe haven for young people. And I couldn't be prouder to be the mayor of a city with so many people of big hearts and willing to dig deep and help someone else's child. Thank you. I don't maybe remember their names. I do remember the motivation that they try to instill in me, the really pushing you to soar to higher heights, and that's really what it's all about. And as Paul said today, it's about soaring with the eagles, and that's what this Variety and Boys and Girls Clubs allows us to do.
We also had a chance to speak with City Council member Jose Huizar, who spoke about the neighborhood where the club is located.
When this club was first founded and opened, this neighborhood is very different. Mostly residential. You had one commercial corridor, but now as this community has changed, different needs, different tastes in people and what they want to do, you find that the club has changed with that. The facility was so important to keep up with those changes, but we kept the same area, and it was important that this club did not move away with its membership that was moving out to the suburbs, that it did not move away to areas where you could find more space and easily build a new facility. They fit it in at its original site because there's a great need here, and a lot of people have that attachment to this neighborhood we call Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights was one of the first neighborhoods in the city of Los Angeles that welcomed everyone. Didn't matter what the color of your skin was, your religion. That's why a lot of Eastern Europeans settled here, a lot of Jews, a lot of Japanese, some African Americans that weren't welcome into other neighborhoods. They were coming to Boyle Heights because this was a welcoming neighborhood. Now it's mostly Latino, but the great thing about this neighborhood is that it continues to welcome everyone. And what we see here is a very diverse crowd as we open up this beautiful facility.
We went on to ask the council member about his priorities for the 14th district that he represents.
Right now, there's a couple of things I'm working on. One is our mural ordinance. Believe it or not, right now, murals are banned in the city of Los Angeles, new ones. This has been happening since 2002 because of litigation we are in with a billboard company. But I'm working on an ordinance to make murals prosper and see more in the city of LA, preserve the ones we have. This is the mural capital of the world, and we need to keep that distinction. We cannot lose that distinction, especially here on the east side. This is where it all started. It got even stronger with the Chicano movement in the 1960s and 70s. So we're moving towards a place where we're going to be able to see more murals in the city of Los Angeles and lift that moratorium. Secondly, our streets and sidewalks need major improvement. People say there's no money right now, but where there's a will, there's a way. We're going to get more funding to fix our streets and our potholes and our sidewalks. Here we are in Boyle Heights, one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city of LA, old infrastructure. This place needs new sidewalks, needs new streets. As the chair of the Public Works Committee, I'm working to get funding for those two items.
Hispanic Lifestyle spoke with Javier Valenzuela and Hector Galvan, alumni of the Variety Boys and Girls Club. They are now executives with corporations, and they talked about how their time at the club influenced their lives.
I've been on the board now for 3 years. We had this capital campaign raising $10.1 million to open up the new building, which today we're celebrating. But what it means to me is giving back to the community, coming back to Boyle Heights. I grew up in the area, was an alum of the club. But more importantly, when I graduated from Roosevelt High School in 1977, I was given a scholarship to go to college from this Boys and Girls Club. I was able to go to Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Mass. And the club here gave me $4,000 over 4 years. So it really helped back then with paying for college expenses, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, you know, I came here when I was a kid. I lived one block up from the club here. So coming here while I was a kid was always refreshing. The neighborhood was filled with gangs, you know, abuses, you know, mental anguish, and everything that you could possibly imagine. The club was a refuge for most of us kids. We learned how to swim here. We learned how to play pool. We learned how to interact. We learned how to create different things, and the friendship evolved. I didn't get a scholarship from the Variety Boys Club, but it led me to go to Berkeley. You know, I got my master's from USC. So this is a foundation for us. And I think that clubs like this are needed to help the kids that are still in the community who deserve a little bit more.
Also taking part in the ribbon cutting ceremony was Monica Garcia, board president of the Los Angeles Unified School District. Ms. Garcia shared her thoughts and feelings about the day.
We're here at the grand opening of the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights, where today over 500 people have come together to celebrate the opening of the building, the welcome home of the program, and people caring about each other. So we have heard story after story from Mayor Villaraigosa to Councilman Huizar to our great entrepreneur, John Paul, talking about how this place made a difference for them. And we talked about how many people from all communities have contributed to this center, have contributed to the programming, and really do represent what's best about Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, the United States of America, where people care about each other and people invest in kids. My parents met at Stevenson Middle School in the late 50s, and my aunts and uncles came by here. And what I know, I grew up in East LA. I'm one of those kids that other people invested in. I'm one of those kids that other people believed and had an expectation in, including my mom and dad. But what we know is that when kids get a chance to read and write, think and believe, are surrounded by possibilities and opportunities to know their true self, the world changes. So we are grateful to schools that work, community centers that work, and people who care.
We asked Ms. Garcia about the community leaders supporting the fundraising efforts.
The the Variety Boys and Girls Club has very long history. Over 60 years of providing a place where young people come together to develop. And yes, we have a lot of people in the entertainment industry specifically here. We have people from corporate America. We have people who raised $10 million so that this center would be renewed. So we heard a commitment. We want kids to be healthy. We want kids to finish high school. We want kids to know that they matter in the world. And we heard success from all walks of life, from our businesses. I was sitting with the head of one of our studios here. Very powerful people, very much folks who have benefited from other people invested in them, who have been successful and who want to give back.
We finished our conversation with the board president by asking her thoughts on the challenges that lie ahead for the school district.
We know LAUSD is working hard to get to 100% graduation. We know that many of our high schools on a 4-year cohort rate are near 56% graduation. We know that's not enough. We know LAUSD is an organization in transition. We need to make sure that parents and students know attendance is important. It matters. Come to school every day. If you need help with homework or a feeling, or you're struggling with something outside of school, come and talk to somebody. Know who the teacher is, know who the principal is. Make sure that we have a communication, and the parents are working with the teachers and the principals and the staff to make sure that kid moves forward. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything to partner, whether it's UCLA, USC, the Variety Boys and Girls Club, LA 84, the Dodgers, the Lakers, whoever you are in Los Angeles, we want to make sure that you know our kids are counting on you, and we need to work together to move that 56% graduation up towards 100, so that we have a real workforce ready to move this country, so that we have parents who are committed to helping every kid get to graduation, so that we have people that are bringing solutions to the needs in our community. So I know it's tough work. There's a lot of difficult challenges for every school, but there is talent in every one of our schools. Our teachers and principals and parents are fighting the good fight. We're going to see more graduation in LA. Thanks.